What is going on, YouTube? This is yours truly, ATUM-RE, coming at you guys with another video. And before we go in, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. And this video is about the assault weapons ban. If you have been sleeping under a rock, if not been sleeping under a rock, you know that this is out there. It passed the House of Representatives. I think it was 217 to 213. It still has to go to the Senate, but the moral to the story is it's out there. And there are a lot of people that have been lax and they didn't, well, it'll never happen. They'll never take our guns. I'm like, you must have forgotten about the 1994 assault weapons ban that didn't get lifted until 1999. Okay. They have done it before and they can do it again. And it really, really annoys me when I talk to gun owners and they say that they're still going to vote Democrat anyway, but you love your guns, but you're not going to do anything to fight for those liberties, your God-given right. You'll just let it, you just give that up, just because you want to vote Democrat. And it annoys me because, a lot of people are just programmed to do that, especially in my community, the Black community. Most of us are just programmed to vote Democrat. And if you look up Black voting historically, we actually voted Republican until I think it's like the early 70s. We stopped doing that. But anywho, they're trying to take away our rights, and I just get tired of hearing people that are lax. They're not going to take away our guns. I'm still going to vote Democrat. They'll never take it. I'm not a one-issue voter. Okay, I'm like, great, that's wonderful. But guess what? The Second Amendment protects everything else. So if you don't have your God-given right, the government can say, I don't care what you have to say. You're going to do what we tell you to do. Okay? And it just irritates me that you have traitors. You have the two Republicans that did it. They voted, for this. They're traitors. Okay? Because, again, I can use this rifle to hunt with. I can use this rifle to protect my estate. And I can also use this rifle for recreational shooting. Okay? If AR-15s were so bad, Miss Pelosi and Biden and all of them would not have security forces using these type of weapons. They're protected with armed security that are probably using these. You better believe it. I bet you Biden doesn't have his security protecting him with an over and under shotgun that has 2 rounds. I can assure you that. So as a homeowner, you want to have the maximum ability to protect yourself, because nowadays home invasions are numerous now. And when I say numerous, that means multiple perpetrators breaking in your home. Sometimes there can be, usually be 1, but now it's like 5 to 6. And an AR-15 could be a neutralizer when you have to engage with multiple threats. I mean, it's not, I always tell people this, a gun does not make you safe, but this is going to give me a fighting chance. Okay, if I want to use this for home defense, this is a great home defense weapon. It has large capacity, and it actually has rounds that will stop criminals in their tracks. So what they're trying to do is de-arm you and make it so that you cannot defend yourself and be a sitting duck. They want you to have an over and under shotgun and a pistol that holds 10 rounds. And I can, we've gone over multiple cases and multiple studies where people use more than 10 rounds to defend themselves. And I always use the Oakland, California incident. We had the off-duty, I would say the retired cop. He was pumping gas at the gas station, and he was approached by 3 to 4 goons, armed goons, who wanted to rob him. And he actually got in a situation where he got in a shootout. He killed one of the suspects, or criminals, or savages, or demons, as I call them. He made sure that, his body went cold, so he killed one of them. However, he actually ran out of rounds in the gunfight, and for his trouble, he got shot 6 times because he's in the terrible state of California. I call it a communist state, because that's basically what it is when you're controlled by your government and you can't do this, you can't do that. But meanwhile, they're protected with the best of the best weapons. Civilian lives are not important as elected officials, and that's basically what they're trying to tell you. Like, your life is not important enough to have the best weapon it takes to protect yourself. That's basically what they're telling you. Okay? They're always taking stuff from us, but they're never giving us anything. And every time you vote for them, you're giving away your rights. And I've talked to a lot of people here in the community, my Black community. Hey, this is why you should not vote for libertarians, because they're going to try every chance they get to take away your rights. And even if they do not succeed this time, they're going to come right back again. And eventually it will happen if we continue to stay lax and continue to not care. A lot of people will say this, well, I got every gun I need. I don't care what they did. And that's a terrible, that's a traitor in my opinion, because first and foremost, you have to think about future gun owners and you have to think about future purchases. You might be content with what you have for a minute, but eventually you're like, I can use, another 308 rifle. I can use another AK. You never know. You always want to think of others when you think of the 2A community. It's not just for my personal use. It's for all of us. This message is for everyone in the 2A community. You have to, fight, get down or lay down, boots to the ground, no more laying down, no more not saying anything. Silence is the worst thing you can do in the 2A community when they're trying to actually take your rights. But again, I think the vote was 217 to 213 in the House of Representatives. And again, they just want to suppress our rights. And I just continue to tell you guys, stay on, buying ammo, stay on buying your magazines, get everything you want, just in case, get your AR-15 if you don't have one, and just in case, like I said, don't get lax and think it cannot happen, because it can, and it has happened before. So if you do not have an AR-15 or AK-47, right now, go out and get one. Right now, go out and get one. I can't stress that enough. It's not a scare tactic, but it should have your antennas up. You should not be lax and say, oh, it's not going to make it to the Senate. It won't make it to the Senate, because we have several Republicans on board, but with those Republicans are swayed or, anything, because, a lot of people are condescending. They can sound very convincing when you get into those meetings and those board meetings with all the different people at the Senate. But again, we have to do our job by not accepting this. We have to say, hey, we're not going to stand for this. And we have to also spread the message to new gun owners that, you cannot vote for these tyrants, or else we're all going to end up with two shooters. Going to have you with an over and under shotgun and a revolver and say, hey, go ahead and protect yourself. Okay. In the meanwhile, you have criminals that will still have high powered AKs. The criminals will still have long Glock stick mags, and the criminals are going to have the advantage, because once they de-arm the public, it's going to be dinner time for, the criminals. They're going to be like, oh, it's dinner time. It's going to be like a buffet, because they can do anything they want to you if you're, disarmed or underarmed. Okay, if I have an AK-47 and I know that you only have 38 special, or you can only have a 10-round capacity as a citizen, I already know I have the advantage over you. That's what I'm just trying to think from the mind of a criminal. I don't know how that is, but I'm just saying, they're going to have the advantage. They're going to know that they have the round count. And that's why, the Savage or the Demon went to Buffalo, because he knew what kind of state it was. And he knew that community was unarmed, severely unarmed. And that's something that we have to stop doing as well. We have to teach our grandparents, some of the people that may be averse to firearms. You got to try to get them in, spoon feed them, have them shoot a 22 long rifle, but get them into firearms, because again, it's going to be a tool that can actually save your life, and it can be a skill that you can actually use to save your life one day and protect your family. But yeah, they have the assault weapons ban. It's in effect. And I just want to tell you guys, continue to push the message. We cannot stand for our rights being infringed. We just cannot afford it. We can't afford it for our families. We can't afford it for many reasons, And also, I just put it like this. Who's the government to tell me what I can have and cannot have? You know what I mean? And that's basically what it is. They're telling you can't have this. And they're probably not going to come door to door taking your guns. I doubt they want that smoke. But what they will do is make it illegal for you to transport your AR-15. So if you took your AR-15 to the next state, they're going to say that's an illegal transfer. and it's going to automatically make you a felon. Yeah. So they're not going to probably go door to door, but they will suppress your rights to buy more magazines. So you won't be able to buy any more magazines, and you will not be able to purchase any more AR-15s or parts or lures. And then they have this whole thing about ghost guns. Don't get me started with that. But yeah, man, it's out there, and I just wanted to do this short video. I know I do a lot of babbling, but it's all from the heart. It's nothing written down. And I just want to let you know that we have to have our boots to the ground, and we cannot stand for our rights being infringed. But that is pretty much all I have, guys. You guys have anything you want to add, just put it down in the comments. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Try to get out here and do some shooting today. Have a great day.